right, Terrifics. I'm Cassandra Elise here at the Jacob Javits Center Toy Fair 2019 with Jesse from Asmodee and Mayor Michael Ganelli from the town of Secaucus. How are we, gentlemen?
Doing great. Thanks so much. How are you?
We're good. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah.
Now, we're very excited to introduce this game called Pandemic. Can you tell us a little bit about it, Jesse?
Yeah, so have you ever wanted to save humanity from disease?
Always.
Yeah, all right. I know that's on everybody's bucket list. All right, so let's take a look here. So Pandemic is one of the core games in our entire catalog. It's a game that, is really, really off the charts. So in Pandemic, you're saving the world, you're racing against the clock to cure the world from diseases. So there's 4 different diseases that have outbroken in the world, and you're a team of scientists, researchers, generalists, the army's involved, and you're racing around the board, and you're actually playing against the game to erase the cubes, the little cubes we've got on the board here. You're erasing those to cure the diseases from the world and save humanity.
That is so cool. So it's you against the world.
It's you against the world, like every day, right? So the design behind Pandemic here is the studio wanted to create something that is relatable. You recognize the map of the world, I hope, the capitals.
Yes.
And so this is a real, world problem. Hopefully we don't have that, but, something that people can look and be familiar with and not see something like a world that they're not familiar with. And so to be able to do this and actually see this, move the pawns, do the things of a research, of a scientist, of a doctor, and do these things that, it's just an experience that makes people wake up and go, oh wow, this is something I never thought of before, never thought could be a game.
Now, what is the age range of this game?
So the age range I would say is 8+ here. So anybody 8 and up. I've played with a younger. It's sort of coaching and teaching, but around 8, I would say.
Now, I've got to say, because I was able to play this game with you last night, we had such a blast.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I ran home and called my friend on the phone and told her that she has to get this game because she is such a gamer. And for me, I play games here and there, it's like the adult version of life.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that I, as somebody who's not as much of a gamer, got so excited about this because you care about the world, you want to help the world out. So what was the thought process and why did we have to make this game in particular?
So why we were thinking to make this game is because, it's something, you see it and, you're a little bit intrigued because you're like, what's happening? What's going on in the world? Like, is this something that could happen? Hopefully not. But, and so you're getting to jump in roles that, like I said before, medics, doctors, researchers. And so you're getting in those roles and you have to rush around and you're actually like racing against the clock. Like last night we played, we were sweating and yelling and, cheering. And whenever we cured a disease, I think we actually ended up losing, but So every country, they start out with a set specific here. So we have blue here for North America, but if blue, and the really fun thing that we've got going on here is you'll draw cards from the game and the game's playing against you. And as they pop up, if a city has 3 cubes already on it, it actually outbreaks. And then all the cubes spread to the other parts that are connected to it. So a blue cube could end up, this is a strand of disease that's started in North America, and then it can branch out here to Asia if it is. So you'd put blue cubes there. So that way, if you have blue cards, you're racing all the way over to Asia. At that point, if you're got blue cubes in Asia, things are looking a little grim.
It's intense.
Yeah.
It's intense.
Yeah, it's intense. Yeah, and so the design behind this game is, the characters you can play are all different types of characters. So we've got an African American operations specialist here. We've got somebody who is in a medic. In some expansions, we've got folks that are in wheelchairs. So, it's really one of those things that kids can identify, look around the table and say, this is me. Like, this is I'm in a game, I'm saving the world. And, like I said before, the idea behind this game and all of our games is we're getting kids around the table and we're getting families together.
And that's the whole thing.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. That's what we're, why people love us, why people are here. We've been packed all day at Toy Fair, all the days at Toy Fair, is because they want these games in their stores because they want want people to come in and have these experiences as well.
Now, you had mentioned expansion. So there are a series of the pandemic games.
Oh yeah, there's a whole line, multiple lines that you can add to it. If you really want to challenge, you can add, there's an other purple disease that you can add to it. And one that's been incredibly successful, maybe if folks are gamers, they've heard of it, but is Pandemic Legacy. So this is one game in here, but you're going to play it once and only once. But when I say once, you're playing multiple months. So you're going to play maybe 12 to 14 times, depending on how often you win or lose. And there's a whole storyline behind it. It's like a TV show. And when you open this box up, you're going to see things in here that are like uncovered. They're in little tuck boxes that the game tells you when to open them, because they say, oh, that's a problem. And you're stickering the board, you're ripping up cards, you're writing names of the diseases. You get to name the diseases on there, so that's a really cool one. And so it's playing out as a TV series, and this has been one of the most popular board games in the world.
Played that for months?
For a couple months. I have a play group that I've played with. We played probably about over the course of like 3-4 months. We played over and over again, because if you lose, you have to go back and track, and the game's working against you, and there's a lot of plot twists and drama. It's really, really engaging, and it's really supplemental to Pandemic. I mean, Pandemic is always a classic. People are always going to go back to it, but if you want that extra level, the extra hype, this is incredible. What we're doing as a game company is we want to get people together. So many times I have parents who are retailers who come up and say, how do I get, which one is going to get my kid off of the tablet, off of the computer, off of the internet? And so that's what we're doing with Pandemic, with Tokyo Highway, like we did before. And we want people to get together and have an experience and talk to each other. And this is a game, like I said, 8 and up, so it's really accessible to anybody. And the idea is parents, kids, cousins, your mother, everybody around the table can get together and do that.
So now, parents who are wanting to purchase this game and grandparents who are wanting to purchase this game, where can they purchase this?
So Pandemic here is available online everywhere. If you just take a search for Pandemic, the board game. Also, any friendly local game store, you can find that there, and also big box retailers as well. Pandemic is a really well-known brand that's been all over.
Now, how much does this retail for?
So this varies. I believe it's varying around $39, $39.99. Don't quote me on that. It's going to be dependent on the store.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Michael Ganelli and Jesse. Thank you so much. I'm Cassandra with BeTerrific. You heard it here first, folks. Pandemic, great game. Go buy it soon in stores near you.